Urgent New York Giants fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest New York Giants updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Giants fans, today we've got some exciting news that could be a game changer for the team, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single detail. As you all know, the NFL offseason is always buzzing, and after the 2025 NFL Draft, the league is full of surprises. Teams are bringing in new talent, testing out undrafted free agents, and trying to find that hidden gem that can make a difference in the upcoming season. And right now, there's one story that's catching a lot of attention, especially among Giants fans, and that's the recent flurry of camp invites and opportunities handed out to players from Michigan State, including some who have yet to be drafted or signed by any team. One name that's been making waves is Chris Bogle, a defensive end out of Michigan State. Now, if you're a true Giants supporter or just a passionate football fan, you might be asking yourself, who is Chris Bogle, and why should I care? Well, let me tell you, this guy has a story that truly embodies perseverance and resilience. He's been given a golden opportunity to prove himself at Giants minicamp, which could be his ticket to making the roster or at least landing on the practice squad. And that's no small feat, especially in the highly competitive environment of the NFL, where every snap, every play, and every ounce of effort counts. So, what makes Chris Bogle's story so compelling? Well, for starters, he's a player who's got all the physical tools you look for in a pass rusher: speed, strength, agility, and a relentless motor. But his journey to this point hasn't been smooth sailing. Bogle's college career at Michigan State was anything but easy. He played through a period of instability, with 3 different head coaches in just 3 years: Mel Tucker, Harlan Barnett, and Jonathan Smith. That kind of coaching carousel can be incredibly disruptive for a player trying to develop and showcase his talent, but Bogle stayed the course. It's a testament to his resilience and dedication that he managed to stay committed despite the upheaval. In his final season with Michigan State, Bogle finally found his stride, posting career highs in every major category. He finished the 2024 season with 37 total tackles, including 8 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks in just 12 games. Those numbers are definitely impressive, especially considering the adversity he faced. It shows that when he's on the field, he makes an impact. And that's exactly what NFL teams are looking for, a player who can step up when it matters most. But beyond just the stats, what's really intriguing about Chris Bogle is his background and his potential. Before college, he was considered a blue-chip recruit, a highly touted defensive end with a lot of promise. He played in 61 games across Michigan State and Florida, totaling 131 tackles, 25 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks in his college career. That's a significant production, especially for someone who faced so much instability during his time in East Lansing. It's clear that Bogle is a player who can be productive and capitalize on opportunities when they come his way. Now, think about the Giants' perspective. They're always on the lookout for players who have that extra edge, guys with a chip on their shoulder, who've had to fight for every inch of their career. Chris Bogle fits that mold perfectly. His perseverance through coaching changes, his ability to produce on the field, and his raw physical tools make him a prime candidate to turn heads at minicamp. For a team like the Giants, which is in the process of building a competitive roster and looking to add depth to their defensive line, Bogle's story and skill set could be exactly what they need. And let's not forget, this is just the beginning. The NFL is all about opportunities. Sometimes, it's not about how you start but how you seize your moment when it arrives. Bogle has that chance now, and I'm sure he's motivated to make the most of it. Imagine a guy who's been through so much, multiple coaching changes, being undrafted, and still fighting to get into the league, coming into Giants minicamp, showing out, and turning heads. That's the kind of story that energizes fans and inspires teammates. It's a reminder that perseverance and grit can sometimes outweigh pure pedigree. But, of course, there's still a long road ahead. Making the team isn't guaranteed, especially in a competitive environment like the NFL. The Giants have a solid roster, and with established veterans and promising young players competing for spots, Chris Bogle's journey is only just beginning. However, the fact that he's been invited to minicamp is a huge vote of confidence from the Giants coaching staff. They see potential in him, and now it's up to him to show that he belongs. It's about earning trust, making the most of reps, and demonstrating relentless effort every single day. If he can do that, who knows? Maybe we'll see Chris Bogle in a Giants game this season, making plays and proving that perseverance pays off. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture for the Giants this offseason. They've been busy, to say the least. The team's management has been reshaping the roster, looking for players who can add depth and contribute immediately. They've drafted some promising prospects, signed free agents, and are now turning their attention to undrafted players like Bogle, who might have slipped through the cracks but possess the talent and drive to succeed. That's the beauty of the NFL offseason. Every year, new stories emerge, and players get second chances. Chris Bogle's story is one of those stories, and it's exciting to see a guy with his background getting this shot in New York. And you, as a Giants fan, should be paying close attention. Because sometimes, the most impactful players come from unexpected places. A guy like Bogle, with his relentless attitude and raw talent, could very well be the next hidden gem to wear the blue, white, and red. It's always fun to root for the underdog, especially when that underdog has a story as compelling as his. The Giants coaching staff clearly sees potential, and it's now up to Chris to turn that opportunity into a permanent spot on the roster or practice squad. That's what makes this story so intriguing. It's about hope, perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. And as we head into minicamp, all eyes will be on Chris Bogle. Can he impress enough to secure a place? Will his story resonate with the coaching staff and veterans? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this is a moment worth watching. The Giants are always looking to add those special pieces to their puzzle, and perhaps Chris Bogle is just the kind of player who can surprise everyone. His journey from Michigan State through coaching upheavals, and now into the NFL, is a testament to his character and talent. And for us fans, it's a story that keeps the hope alive for new heroes to emerge in the Big Apple. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. As we look ahead, it's crucial to remember that this is just the beginning. The NFL offseason is a marathon, not a sprint, and players like Chris Bogle are proof that persistence can open doors. The Giants, with their rich history of developing talent and finding diamonds in the rough, are the perfect environment for a player like him to thrive. The coaching staff is known for their ability to develop defensive linemen, and if Bogle can show the right attitude, work ethic, and talent during minicamp, he might just carve out a role for himself on the team. The Giants have been building around young talent, with quarterback Daniel Jones leading the charge, and a defense that's eager to improve after a somewhat inconsistent 2024 season. The addition of new players and the development of existing ones create a competitive environment that pushes everyone to perform at their best. Chris Bogle's story fits into that narrative perfectly, an underdog fighting against the odds, trying to earn his spot and contribute to a franchise that's hungry for success. It's stories like these that remind us why we love football: unpredictable, full of hope, and always capable of surprises. In terms of what Bogle can bring to the Giants, his pass rushing ability is what stands out. At 6 feet 4 inches and around 250 pounds, he has the physical tools needed to get after quarterbacks and disrupt plays. His college tape shows a player with a relentless motor, capable of squeezing through blocks and creating chaos in the backfield. That kind of skill set is highly valued in today's NFL, where pass rushers can turn games around single-handedly. If he can refine his technique and show consistency during minicamp, there's no reason why he can't be a part of the Giants' defensive rotation this season. It's also worth mentioning how important special teams can be for undrafted players trying to make a roster. Often, players like Bogle have to showcase their versatility, whether it's rushing the passer, setting the edge against the run, or contributing on special teams units. Coaches love players who can do multiple things and bring energy to every phase of the game. Chris Bogle's effort during minicamp and training camp will be closely watched, and if he impresses in those areas, it could give him the edge needed to stick around. And let's talk about the broader context of the Giants' defense. They've been looking to improve their pass rush, especially after some struggles in 2024. Adding a young, hungry player like Bogle could be a piece of that puzzle. The defensive line has a mix of veterans and young talent, and integrating a player with his background and drive could bring a fresh dynamic to the unit. The Giants have always been a team that values grit and toughness, and Bogle embodies those qualities. His story of overcoming coaching changes and adversity resonates with the team's identity: resilient, relentless, and ready to fight for every inch. In the end, this mini-camp invite might seem like just a small step, but for Chris Bogle, it's a huge opportunity. It's a chance to showcase his talent, prove doubters wrong, and perhaps even earn a spot on the team's 53-man roster. And for Giants fans, it's a story worth rooting for, an underdog story that could turn into a major success. The NFL is full of stories like this, where perseverance and determination lead to great things, and it's always inspiring to see players get that shot of a lifetime. So, as we keep a close eye on minicamp and the coming weeks, remember that every player has a story, and Chris Bogle's is one of resilience and hope. It's a reminder that in football, as in life, persistence is key. And for the Giants, having a player like Bogle fighting for a chance adds an exciting layer to their offseason narrative. Who knows? Maybe this is the start of something special, a new chapter in the Giants' quest for success. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this story? Do you believe Chris Bogle has what it takes to make the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, stories, and inside looks at everything happening around the Giants camp and the NFL in general. Stay tuned, because the season is just around the corner, and with players like Chris Bogle fighting for their spot, this upcoming year might surprise us all. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Giants!